All right. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Third Avenue, aka
Tap.
This is your boy Vinny.
And Hussein.
And yo, man. Shit, how's it been, man?
It's been good. I'm super tired today. I won't lie, very exhausted.
The previous episode, you said the exact same thing.
No. I think because I pushed a lot, like I used a lot of energy this week. So yeah, it was.
Bro, you can't keep telling.
No. Like I'm genuinely just exhausted.
I feel like isn't that?
No, like a human being exhausted.
But don't you think that this has been a running theme, like ever since your whole life?
I mean, my whole life.
You remember when we were in high school, you even thought you had a issue, and then Mr.
I should use the medical aid to find out.
Our teacher, his name was Mr. Sanjay.
So
I don't really think his name dropping because what was his first name? You know, we all call our teachers Minyer Vatvat, Minyer Yes, say what. Do you actually ever get to know their name?
That's a very good question. Because sometimes you refer them Mister by the first name. And then not know the surname and vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, when he said maybe you got bit by the tsetse fly. Yeah, man. I think this. To be honest,
have you ever looked up the tsetse fly ever?
No, I've never. But maybe it did bite me because this. Let me say this. I'll explain.
Bro, actually,
my energy levels, right? When they are high, it's like I am acting that I have energy. It feels very performative. That, oh yes, you understand what I'm saying?
Is this in every situation?
Every single day, like ever since, especially like since past 20. Yeah, man, nah, always, like no cap.
Sorry, man, I'm trying to look up tsetse fly.
Bro, we were supposed to be recording.
Yeah, I know, because man, what if that whole thing of a tsetse fly? I don't have internet, unfortunately. I don't have connection.
Is the beat gonna even play?
I know, unfortunately, it might not play. It might not play. Let me just give me 1 sec. This is just technical issues.
There's no technical issues. This is a fucking podcast. This ain't no live television.
But yeah, man, the tsetse fly thing can we just, before we jump into the freestyle, I really want to see, yes, tsetse fly. Okay. Obviously, I want to see what the whole sleeping. Yes, this says what happens if a tsetse fly bites you. Okay, is a parasite infected. No, there's a name for this fly. That is something crazy. It's a parasite infection that spreads through the bite of a tsetse fly in equatorial Africa. Yeah, far that's a whole.
Wait, but that's far.
Early symptoms include swollen bumps around the bite, a fever, and muscle and joint pain. You see, that nigga was alive.
Okay, wait.
You see, you know what I'm telling you? Mr. Sanjay was a character also until he act like he knew stuff.
Okay.
This has nothing. Where is this sleeping enter in here of you being tired? Now you're gonna be telling people stuff like that.
I never said I got.
I can't believe it's been almost 20 years.
20 years, nigga. How old do you think they are?
It's been almost 10 years, and yet I always thought it's
actually been more than 10 years.
Makes you sleep.
It's been 12 years.
Yeah, so
anyways,
guys, sorry for spreading misinformation. You see now, guys,
clearly this man has a bit of trauma that he's dealing with, as you can hear from the tone of his voice.
Trauma, man. It's just
trauma.
Finally, you must see how this tsetse fly looks, man.
Let me see.
Yeah. You see, if you had good editing skills, we could have put the tsetse fly here. So
that's disgusting, bro.
So niggas can see what you're looking at.
Maybe one just bit me now. Like, it just felt something.
Yeah, man. But yo, we are back online, man. Yeah, and man. We are going back again hard, nigga. You know how we go. You know how we go, nigga.
Tell you, man. Yeah, man. I was driving the other day. I saw a squirrel. For those who don't know what a squirrel is, just make yourself out of the hood, you know? Make it out of the hood, you know? I was driving the other day, trying to make my way. Gotta thank the Most High, cause I pray 5 times a day. Amen, now we make it. I I do it like I really feel like I'm just a little bit faded, but I don't even drink, I just think. Man, sometimes I blink and life flew by. I just wanna say I'm just sitting here acting like I'm acting high.
Yeah, I got bit by a tsetse fly.
Okay.
No, this I'm supposed to be sleepy,
Okay, where you going?
but I'm wide awake. I got the pain, muscle aching. Oh my God, it's
All
still
right.
itchy.
Yeah.
Why don't they see?
Yeah,
It's just a fly. I'm so
Right.
high, flapping my wings.
Yeah. I don't know what that was, but anyway. I guess the tsetse fly is the
Yeah,
theme of the
man.
song. But hey, I say, I'm just gonna go on. Said I'm rapping on this song. I don't even know what to talk about, but I should ask you out. Baby girl, it sounds like this rap song's about a baby girl. Let me give you all the world. What you wanna buy? Let me buy you a purse. Maybe I could buy you the universe. You know how the boys always acting like they just fly, but I'm just the one who's more like.
All right, let me just be serious.
Aye, man,
Take it back for another dollar. Yeah. She look at me, she wanna holler. I say, nah, push back, relax. This ain't for you, bitch. But something gotta change your mind. So switch your life around.
Right.
Stop hoeing around. Yeah. Every nigga got a story. The whole town. Baby, settle down. Change your life. Get yourself a different vibe. Maybe it's time to pay your own bills. I know that you got the perfect skills to do that. To do that and change your life. Make it better for yourself. I'm
This
changing
sounds like an
minds.
empty beat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think about my life. I like to think I see the light now, made it out the dark. She gave me a heart, she told me not to tear it apart, so I took that shit very hard. Man, we gotta make it out the dark, and we gotta think about the shit that we got now. Now we made it like we surprised and like wow. When I catch the beat, that's when it decides to finish, man. You know what? I wanna redeem myself. You know what I'm saying?
Let's compete. You are playing a Kendrick type beat. This is Drake type beats.
Yo, damn, just take out DMs right now. You'll be winning.
Jump.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do my best Drake impersonation, okay? What does he usually say? It's like in the morning or something. Yeah, I got you. Say 4 a.m. You hitting me up like you wanna cuddle. But baby girl, you know I just had a couple of doubles. But yo, I'ma see you at 5 a.m. Say, you know the type of man I hope you never understood why you standing up with that man's. Just know this is some type of performative shit because I am married then. But listen, baby girl, you never knew anything. But I told you that's the thing. I fuck with you. You know that I need you in my life, but I gotta do it all on my right. Hey, this is a Drake type beat, so I gotta talk about how I don't get no hoes. But I buy them clothes and I buy them purses. But then I complain about them in the whole universe. Write a whole album about it, then talk about it, then have fans talk about it and act like I'm the hardest nigga. But damn, man, you know you pull the trigger. Oh man.
I'm a Drake stan. I like bopping, acting like I got bitches, but I'm fucking lying. There is nothing going on my life. I'm just living it through the experience and the words that Drake speaks. Shit, that hurt, right? But you listen to me right now, nigga. Live your life. There's something going on there. This bitch out there who's looking for you, who probably fucks with Drake too. Man. Nigga too hard for this shit lately. But man, God, man, please, man.
And it's the part where
Keep me
you say
stable.
comes in. Say fuck with me. You know that I take it seriously. You say, girl, I've been so lonely. Girl, I've been so lonely.
That's the part the bitches love.
And I've been so lonely. I'm worth 500 mil, but I still complain like I ain't got nothing. Man, I gotta get myself a wife. But you know that's not the type of life. I like my niggas in the house all the time, bothering me and buying me shit. Now I'm treating them like a bunch of bitches. Man, get a job. And now you make me feel like it's odd. I'm always talking about how much I love my niggas. Man, I don't even want a wife, but I could make a kid. God forbid I get whipped. Damn, you know the bitches wouldn't love me if I got any love. But I'll be doing some Drake shit on some light skin shit, pouting on the gram. You know that I'm the type of man. But now you gotta understand, baby girl, I could get you a G-Wagon then, and never cuff you then. What type of man I am. But I still gotta be childish ways until I'm 40, by the way. Alright,
man. Yeah, man, let's just cut this, man. We don't be boring people.
you know what? To be
I'm gonna lie, man. There was some sneaky bars in there, nigga. I was surprised with myself.
because you were hating.
Yeah.
You know, there's always like an ammo of hate. Like it's like you're all this stuff. You know, you can list all the stuff you hate
but you
about a
gotta list-
person.
yeah.
Even if you love them dearly, you'll always find a list. Like if they're like, "What do you like about them?" You'll always.
But then wouldn't you say that the individual, like we're just, or maybe it's the way of thinking, it's just so negative that you, like, it's easy to think of so many negative things, but it's very hard for you to mention
like positive stuff.
things.
To be fair, as I was rapping, to be honest, right, because I've been listening to Drake
Yeah.
since I was like 10. You know what I mean? Them songs used to slap when you got a heartbreak at school. You didn't want to hear about yeah man, I get this move, this
That
dope.
time you're in grade 6.
You in grade 6. Michaela said no.
You send a letter, do you like me? Yes, no. You even put
Aaron
the block.
no, and then her
Like-
friends giggled. They giggled and giggled.
Jingle them, father. We are featuring live from Malawi.
No, they giggle, and then the origin was born. You know,
Yeah.
some niggas will be acting like you don't know how much it broke my heart, man.
But
That's
some
why I'm a
people really get
fuckboy.
traumatized and never like.
At 12 though, bro.
Yeah.
At 12 though.
Yeah, rejection is a painful
Yo,
thing,
man, it is, bro. Especially when you think you know, kids, they don't tell you your level. I think as a man, no, as a boy, let me start it like that. You only know where you are on the food chain or the level when you get rejected.
wait.
Yo,
wait,
where
you
you got? Yeah,
Where you
you're
fit
10
in.
year olds. You're like, yo, Michaela, and she's like, nah. If she doesn't even give you, I'll think about it. You ain't even in the stakes, bruh.
Yeah, man, that's painful.
Ain't nobody thinking about you.
But I mean, in those times, I mean, the value of what girls like is very confusing
know,
for a young man.
Do you know what sucks, bro?
First of all, how do you even become handsome? You can't be a
No,
handsome.
you become handsome. I think-
No, you become handsome after a certain age. When
Well,
you're a
you-
child, what are you? Like, how does this chick,
Dude, your voice is not even broken yet.
bro?
I think the only motor works, right?
That's why.
Is how you need to be an emo dude. Like, you know, if you're quiet and you know how to be comfortable with being quiet. Because as kids, especially boys, you always have the need for attention.
But sometimes wouldn't you say some people just exude that energy that I'm cool?
I don't know. Do you think you're cool? Did you ever think in the night, like throughout high school, like just dead ass now? Everyone who's ever gonna watch this will know now. Dead ass since you started Scala. Have you ever felt like you were there in the ranks, like niggas cared about your opinion?
Yeah, I actually did.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't. I don't think it was more of the typical route in the sense of
Yeah.
made me-
What route would you say? I'm asking.
I know, I hear you, bro. I'm thinking no, because
I want to know, dude.
I think for me it was because for some reason I felt like at a young age I understood hierarchies very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I understood how can one avoid a situation, and then how to, like back in primary school. I remember when we went to a school initially. When we moved from Polokwane and then we moved to Joburg, there's always that initial period that you must respect, that you are nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You come into a space, come in humble.
Primary
no one knows
kids,
you.
listen, take notes.
Yeah, no one knows you. But I feel like this applies with a lot of things. And we're
No. To be fair, what you're saying, sorry, I'll put it in you.
Yeah.
It starts there. It sounds like I'm making a joke.
Yeah, it starts there and continues the rest of your
carry
life.
on with your thoughts.
So you in any space you come in first, you don't know anybody. So what, instead of in that period, what I would usually do was assess the system.
Yeah.
See what is constituted as a high, low level of actions, who is top dog, try to figure out how did that guy become a top good dog. And then if I realize, because sometimes the top dog is not the top dog, so your job is easy when you get there of how you can overthrow this guy's top dog stories. And then that's how I look at it.
Parents need to pay attention to this, because
and the main thing I would say was because I never looked at the same time, even though I looked at things this way, I never looked at thriving through other people's downfall. So meaning I never felt that I will be cool just because I'm saying that other kids are not cool.
Would you also say your background would also constitute for people, or at that time, kids, to take interest?
What do you mean?
For example, you're a black South African Muslim.
Yes.
Right? Which is still not a thing somehow, right?
Yes.
And of course, when you say that, that's obviously going to turn heads and you're going to receive attention for that.
Yeah.
Right? And now everyone's asking you questions. Now everyone wants to know how, why, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you see, those are like initial stages that every person is interesting in their own right.
Are they though?
No, not everyone, but they are. I mean, I think we all have a story. It's like being a comedian, you know. Everyone has a funny story.
You know, I love that, and it's gonna make me sound like I'm hateful, right?
Yeah.
But like majority of people, dead ass are boring. Do you know how I know dead ass people are boring?
Bro, you know when you say people are boring, you know how
No, listen.
That's how.
Have you ever had a conversation with someone and you try to like get to the crux of this person? What do you do? Because majority of some people are consumers.
Yes.
So now when you're asking, and when I mean boring, I don't mean like, oh, you sound boring. It's like going out is not doing something. It's not something that's valued. We all go out.
Yeah.
We all do those things, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying, why should I get to know you, right? And I think that's why the boys start switching up when they little, right? Go to this girl, you ain't got no backstory, you're boring as shit.
No, that's
right?
True. Yeah.
Then after that, you start like doing a sport or something, and you start being a bit good at that sport, and every teacher's like, oh, you're good, and everyone sees, oh, damn.
Would you then now, are you basically saying that what also defines your status in a situation is how interesting an individual can be?
What I say is I'm an advocate for everyone doing whatever they want to do and try and fail and say, you know, Mfana, there was this time I wanted to, like, think about it like a kid watching a movie and you see like Spider-Man, I'm talking about from childhood before the shit blew up, and you see that nigga swinging and doing the parkour shit and you're like, oh man, I want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Then what tends to happen is you know it's not real, but you want to do something cool as fuck, right?
Yeah.
Then you start growing up, you don't do anything remotely challenging, something that's gonna be so, oh, this is crazy. Then you end up just doing, because you don't have to. Remember, you don't have to do anything remotely, like bungee jumping. You don't have to do that stuff, right?
So, especially when you're kids.
Yeah,
but then when you're kids, we pride ourselves like, bro, I'll just smoke my dad's cigarette there.
That's the male.
And then
those are the boys.
And then the
boys
are like, oh, that's fucking cool, man.
You know what's so crazy is the fact that, because I would lie, I've dead ass did things as a child, knowing that this is stupid.
Yeah.
This is not gonna work out.
Yeah.
But somehow my dog said, no, fuck it. We're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we're pulling through, and you know, they've told you, they've reprimanded you. I don't want you guys saying that. You like, fuck that. Them niggas are like, man, this nigga always be saying he gonna be doing this. That's how they pump each other, guys, boys.
No, boys are toxic, man.
Then
they egg you on to do something.
And then you go do it. They're like, man, you really did it, shit. You know what I mean?
But you see, my thing is that even in primary school, what I would say is that I would not fall under the pressures of other people in the name of saying I have to maintain my status. I was confident in my actions and my decisions that I'm making.
This is an insane conversation.
No. Yeah, we were kids. I know we were kids. But the one thing...
No. Lean into it. Fuck it, man.
The downfall for every cool guy I've realized.
In primary
school. Yeah, I overthrown some niggas, bro. They know, nigga. I came in, took that shit down, nigga.
That's why Drake be acting the way he acting. It's that Jewish dancing video of his that's his
but the thing is, the thing what I'm trying to say is, I think at the end of the day, what people gravitate to in most cases, and we're realizing it now as time goes on, is if someone who seems real to themselves.
Yeah, man.
You know, even if they're fucked up or if they always seem true to themselves. It's like chicks who like a bad boy. The reason why they like a bad boy because he's fully honest. And
he has an origin story.
Yeah, but origin, man.
He has a character.
I'm a bad boy. I do graffiti, man. I just spray my dad's car and it pisses me off.
And then he learns to laugh because of this one girl. Every 80s movie.
And then he drives to the chick when they kick him out of the house.
I love you,
pizza.
Umvana. Sorry, I'm gonna go a bit tough. It is insane how movies, like growing up, movies are haram, man.
Yeah.
That shit used to condition you for this love story. Not Disney love. No, bro. The bad boy. You wanted I remember like being when I started high school and I went to a boys' school, man.
And I'm never sure how that boys ain't gonna be shit when he grows up.
But like, I remember the fact that I'm like, man, I'm in a school full of damn niggas. At a moment when you're supposed to be creating that origin love story prom shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lie, man. I'm gonna be the first to admit it. I love all my niggas, man. We all met there. We all day ones. But high school would have been much better, no.
I ain't gonna lie.
Niggas would have
I'm of a different opinion.
You think?
I felt like high school was much more enjoyable because girls were not there.
Oh, okay, it was. And I feel like personally, right, we knew that the only way to get out of this shit, and I always say it, no one lies, I knew that, boy, you ain't getting into university.
Forget about it.
This is it.
There's no other location you're gonna, because now you're gonna be that guy trying to hit up niggas for vibes who are in university.
And the fact is, the moment you don't go to like higher education and you decide to work, you are everyone else. You are everyone else. The thing that you're doing now, you started at 18. That's what it's weird, right? Like no one will be like, oh, he's just 18. It's like, nigga, that nigga needs to get a job. Last time I checked, half of the time.
While we're at the job thing, I was actually reading an article with regards to this saying that 60% of South Africans' youth are unemployed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them is also the reason why. Well, the main discussion in this article was discussing that a lot of them are rejecting, if they are able to get a job, they are rejecting jobs that are like minimum wage and low wage types of work. But obviously that, when I read things like that, and I always say it, and I say it to my friends most commonly, is that you because that article will speak to the general population. For someone maybe who didn't go to uni and do whatever, it will make sense and why they wouldn't want it. But now, there's a part of you when you obviously read it's like, if you don't, and I say this a lot, bro, if you don't have, like, even if personally, I'll be honest with you, a degree, there's a part of it where when you go to the workplace, it's like, then what was the point of you guys hammering me for 4 years to do this, and then yet you guys are going to go a different direction to get there. But at the same time, when you don't have that leverage,
they say no.
Then you're not going to have options.
There's moments where you're like doing this job and you're like, hey, I don't want to feel special, but anyone can do this. So in that case,
they are subjected to jobs like that, and then obviously they are quitting. But now the issue is you put, I feel like South Africa, like if I was an official, now I'm in a tight spot. I can't give you a job that you're not as qualified for.
Yeah. Because there's levels.
Yeah, there's levels.
I think the only way that could really necessarily work, especially in the climate now, because everyone trains at a job. People train for platforms, train for everything else, right? Is learnerships. Learnerships are a great avenue.
But that's the issue. That's what the article was also discussing, that in most cases, people usually encourage you. And I'm happy that I also made that decision, especially early in my employment career, that you need to focus on saying, I'd rather do an apprenticeship, I'd rather do a learnership, I'd rather do something that is not even worth, it's free initially. I'm not getting paid. And it's even worse if you're 18. I understand that circumstances might make someone, bro, it doesn't matter how bad your circumstances, but you can't now just, and I feel like it's a reasonable argument, just because your circumstances is a bit different at back home, you're unable to say that, you know what, I want to use apprenticeship for free.
Wouldn't you say, man, is...
But no, think what I'm saying. Rather than saying that, but then you are going to,
I think
maybe you forfeit the opportunity for you to sit another 12 months of doing nothing, because you're under the principle, I don't want to do work for free for someone else. I had the same ideology when I started. It's like, I had a degree, I did this, why must I now go there and go work as very low wages as a
for me?
professional?
It was like, I think about it like this, right? When you're doing nothing, you take, right? You get in, you don't stop, right? Because I think a lot of people have this perception, if you take a job, it's like you stop. It's like you don't have to, like, with your, like, I don't want to be a preachy guy, and then I don't want to use this as this podcast as a platform to educate young professionals of what, unless, you know, people wanted us to go into that direction, which I'm not your guy, nigga. But at the end of the day, it's like a bit of a challenging one, because there's a big psychological component to this, man. You know, circumstances, the way you're looking at. The only way I can say, to be honestly, anything that gets you out of anything is, I sound like a very preachy motivational, is to be a dreamer. If you're not dreaming about shit, you ain't gonna get shit done. Like, if you're looking at there and maybe you won't get a G-Wagon, but when in your mind you're like, you know what, I need to get a G-Wagon. How do I get a G-Wagon? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
you're gonna set stones, but like, if your brain doesn't even, it doesn't even try, it's not motivated by anything. Everyone can give you anything else. Like, yo, this sounds like I'm watching a LinkedIn video.
That's how I'm not gonna come in.
But like, you get my point. Like, there always has to be, for example, and I watched this video and it was super honest. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is forever.
Exactly, my brother.
And it sounds so, it's like most of the time, it's like going to work. Going to work is a discipline. You don't like it, you don't enjoy it, but you do it.
Yeah.
Right? Motivation, you can feel motivated at that particular time. Yeah. But most of the time you're not.
Yeah.
Even your biggest dreams, your biggest things, half of it is just boring. Then boom, yo, we doing this, we getting it. Why am I doing this? It's like this whole cycle thing. And it's like, I hate the fact that we're living in a time where now everything has to be like, you can chase your dreams, you can do, you know what I say?
Remember we read a tweet the other day that said, what happened to, you know, reading books, taking a walk, talking with friends, and then call it a day, you know? And I think, and that brings me back to another article. I don't know, I was today, the articles were popping up, and I was like, shit, okay, let me read this one. This one. No. But no, I'm just saying what the article was saying. I might be preaching the word of God.
We want mfundis, learner, you're a scholar, you're learning.
Hey.
if I'm right.
And now
But
you want to expose
Mfundi,
but our cheese boy.
Yeah,
You're gonna
of course,
giving cheese boy allegation.
fuck them.
But this one was discussing the thing of bruh. I don't know, maybe
What
it was
do
the
you
tone. So, but they were talking about how women are getting divorced younger now. You know,
Shit.
back in the days, women, they used to be holding the marriage. Maybe things will change, and then when they are older, they say, "For set, divorce," right?
Yeah.
Which was okay. I thought, okay, that's a cool
At least
thing.
you're giving the guy some growth.
No, but you know what? Then the thing started saying like a lot, and then obviously they started mentioning there's a lot of Instagrammers and TikTokers talking about how the main thing that women nowadays are prioritizing is their happiness, and if they feel like their happiness is not being prioritized, and then they're not even gonna give anything a chance because there isn't the stigma back then was this. No, let me finish. The stigma back then was that when someone gets divorced, they usually ask, Mara, you guys didn't try. You didn't go to counseling. You didn't do this. No. So basically, women are no longer, they don't feel the need to do that. If now, you must be cautious. If now baby says she wants McDonald's and you consistently reject, line up divorce. She said, why? I'm not happy anymore. I'm not happy and it's done. Divorce.
For McDonald's?
Yeah!
McDonald's?
No, I'm just saying, obviously, I'm making
McDonald's in South Africa's
no,
ass.
but you know, the thing, the thing that I also like when they said it goes back to the empowering, women and feminism. But the only thing I was like, but guys, this is where things are a bit like
I don't think, like, wouldn't you say the conversation it's more about probably people have said this 10 times. I think it's mainly because of instant gratification.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's a woman. Or I think it's like
that was the first. When I was reading the article, I was like, I employ women who get out of relationships that they don't want to very early.
Yeah.
For example, what if the person is abusive?
Of course.
I understand, but in the way the article is structured, it's structured it in a way that if the woman just feels a sense of maybe I am not feeling this, then they are going to divorce. And the problem with that is that it's instant gratification. Of course, we were fucking on fire for the first 5 years of our relationship. But if things change, we need to find ways to adapt. We need to find. I always feel like what I
think that to be honest, right? Yes. I'll do a philosophical analysis.
And women, look, can I just feel do that? Let Labona do it. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, I'm realizing there's many women. Interview them, the 35-year-olds now who are not married. Interview them. And ask them, has their mindset not now? You know what's the part that I've realized? They get to a point where they even sound a little bit weird. They'll even say, "No, I don't mind being in a polygamous relationship."
Yeah, but okay, I'm gonna say this. I think there's a take.
Yeah,
the world has groomed everyone to be a narcissist, and it sounds like, yes, I know narcissism is a serious thing, but I will, and I don't want to sound like a boomer, because even boomers don't say what I say. Firstly, you take a camera, we point it out like this. We're two people, we're having conversations on the camera. I talk to this camera and talk about me, then I post. I want y'all to talk about me.
Set the self-importance.
Me. You know how I got this job. You know how I do this thing. Everything is like a whole reality show. No one wants to believe it or not. It's like, oh, dude, did you see what that other person posts their statuses? For example, the other ones you can make arguments, right? And say, okay, I'm making money on LinkedIn. I'm making money on TikTok. Why are you posting on WhatsApp? If genuinely if somehow it hasn't, and I know I do it too, but like we need to be real here.
I don't do that.
But
so.
no. But
what do you mean? Sorry, no. Let me.
The attention factor.
No, I'm talking about the WhatsApp status thing.
The WhatsApp thing.
I'm
the WhatsApp.
I
think when you
make me sound like
like WhatsApp is like I've said it before, most toxic thing on this thing. It knows you. I don't know if it's a girl thing or a male thing, but like somehow a WhatsApp status can tell you everything. It can tell you if the friendship is over. It can tell you who's down with do. And it sounds like I'm saying like if someone heard this 10 years ago, they'll be like, no way. I'm like, no, straight cap. Like people go on Instagram and say, yo, Drake stopped following Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, there must be some drama. There are niggas like analyzing, and I know that turns out to be true, man. It turns out to be the facts. It's the way of the social
people love that.
No, everyone loves it.
To the wife, and she was saying that it discussed how people discuss these gossips.
Nigga, wait. Let me say this as a guy. Guys, listen. There's hot.
I'm trying to remember a hot gossip.
But these hot gossip. When you even say.
What the hot gossip?
I don't know, but like there's always.
To be honest, the
Diddy one is really boring. Yeah. Like, let me not lie. Everyone knows Diddy did it. It was so annoying.
You know which gossip was nice? Yeah. It was there was Ryan Reynolds
and his wife
and then the other
nigga. I mean, I don't like. I hate the fact that sometimes I like it. Not because I would feel I'm like, man, these are people's lives. What's wrong with you, man? And you're just like,
now, first of all, I actually want to address this thing when we say these are people's lives, and I know there's many people who make this argument, and I believe this argument is fair. If you post something on the internet, we are allowed to criticize it and say
it's just
whatever.
An unspoken rule. It hasn't been written. It's just the way of the internet.
If I don't post, no one is going to tell me that my child looks ugly. So if you decide to post, don't now say, as a society, we have problems. We're not decent human beings. We like asserting ourselves into things. Is, no, man, it's not fair.
For me, it's like this, right? Like I said, everyone is self-centered. Everyone is, and it's fine. Okay.
And I know, which niggas are the niggas who love themselves and niggas that even know under the radar. Malawian niggas. Malawian niggas, Somalian niggas. Those African brothers, how much they mad themselves. When they know a guy mad himself when he puts himself as his wall, when he puts himself as his wallpaper for his phone. I'm not gonna lie to you. Since my 25 years of living, I've never put myself as the background of my phone.
Damn.
This guy in the office has his picture there. And I'm like,
my wife got me a picture of myself for my 20.
Yeah, but you see, those things. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy because you.
Oh, but wait. Wouldn't you say? Listen, since you're already on about this, wouldn't you say any minute when you try to do that, they say you're cocky?
No, I think there's we have made a normalcy to doing that. Because it's that thing of I have self-love. But if you now you exert that energy onto other people in real life, then they say you're cocky.
This is how I think about it, right? This is how I think about it. I've noticed it is okay to relate that shit doesn't work out. Have you ever, maybe your life ain't nothing really to complain about. This nigga is complaining. Yeah, I would call it a relatability disease. And you're like, man, shit's tough.
But wouldn't it be annoying?
No, now we have all the right ammo. Man, petrol going up, economy's rough. Even listen,
but wouldn't it be annoying?
Even if you maybe don't even feel them applications, right? But implications, sorry. But you're saying, let me let you finish. Wouldn't it be annoying too?
I have a different outlook.
Wait, listen.
I feel like it's more annoying if now, you come in there with some problems and the guy just says, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm rich. I don't have those
Someone
problems.
did that to me, but it was a reality show.
But
it
it's
would be
true.
good.
It's
Be
true.
good.
That's why.
Because you-
No,
'cause
that's
you-
why
'cause
you
you're
don't
selling
chill
it.
with. That's why I don't chill with broke niggas. The answer is that's why I
you
don't
know
hang
what
out
I'm saying.
with
Why?
broke
Why?
niggas.
What it's like? You know what it does? It's like trauma bonding.
Yeah,
What it
trauma
does is
bonding,
it makes people now not value. Find the guy is fine, bro. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't share, but like sometimes, bro,
That's what happens to a white boy hangs out with too many black niggas.
Now you just feel like, man, we down in the projects,
You know,
man.
you even start saying down in the projects and shit. Down in the hood,
But-
yeah.
but- So, and then I started thinking to myself, right? And the first fascination I have it with is sports. Like sportsmen, sportswomen, right?
Yeah.
And then the first time I realized this thing, right, was I was watching Michael Jordan, right? And I noticed that this confidence thing, it stems from a long time. I mean, how do you think you did in that exam? I'm fine as long as I passed. Then I look at Michael Jordan when he's like, no, I took it personally, And I told that boy that I'm gonna go whip ass. That's the cockiest shit you're gonna say, right? When I go there, I'm gonna go murder this, right?
Mm.
All them sports niggas, when they go on the day, they go play to win, right?
Mm. Play to be the best.
You play to be the fucking best, actually, not to win,
Yeah.
but to be the best, right?
Yeah.
But now there's this whole thing about, like, for example, lately they'll ask you, because usually companies will all have performance reviews and stuff and telling you why you make, because I'm that nigga. That's what I think sometimes it must be there written when they ask you for stuff like for a job. And I actually genuinely...
But also...
Wait. Because I've noticed that the more you, like I said, relatability, right? Let's say in your brain, they're like, hey man, are you the man for the job? You're like, yeah man, but I think I need some improvements, right?
Yeah.
Right? You're like, this nigga ain't sure of himself in your brain, right?
Yeah.
And I come and tell you, nah, I'm that nigga. So you just, hey yo, I already told you. You're asserting, right?
Mm.
Now, with our generation, Gen Z, which we are awesome, we are truthful, right? Everything. But like, we fail to take that energy now. Nah, I stand with what I said. Look at Kanye West and Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Fucking up shit. Still double down.
Yeah, still
You're
double
like,
down.
hey yo,
What
dog. Like, stop
Hey,
it.
like,
Double.
Yeah.
You even start convincing the niggas. It's like manipulative. You're like, maybe he's onto something. Kanye had us, Elon had us, Donald Trump had us.
Yeah,
No, I'm serious. I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah.
Because now you keep on saying, yes, this is where the narcissistic thing did. It's like we are narcissists in the wrong things.
But
Like,
when it
needs to come into a thing like for example, one thing that makes people feel bad usually is like having jobs. You understand?
What do you mean?
Like a job isn't, especially when you're a professional, a young.
Oh yes.
you can easily get manipulated to do more than you should.
Yes. Easily.
Right? Because they like,
especially
man,
go-getters.
you gotta be a go-getter.
Yeah.
Right? They've been writing all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And when it's the retrenchment time,
Yeah.
right? The rules now are coming into law. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's like, bro, fam, because what starts happening is like you start being that guy. Oh no, he'll get it done for you. He ain't got nothing to do. But that's what I'm saying. I know, even I'm taking the advice, but I can't even do it myself. When the nigga asks you, man, why should it be you? Because I'm that nigga.
I'm him.
I'm him.
Yeah,
in the flesh.
In the flesh. We don't have to discuss
I'm that guy. But then wait. Like,
I feel like the issue is that sometimes we also don't want to offend people. I think at the same time saying I'm him sounds offensive.
Man, fuck
you know why it says like, bro, we have noticed we don't want to.
That's what I was saying.
When we do know,
disease.
yes, because you don't want to offend someone with my pure confidence. I love myself.
You know which one used to kill me. Sorry, because remember you in uni you used to say, "Oh, a small water," and some people couldn't take it that you were joking. They're like, "Your brother is so cocky." It's like, nigga, y'all take it. Why are you taking this nigga serious?
And I used to say that about everything.
Even when you get cholat.
Physics, smaller waters.
The relatability disease. Now you're like, have you ever had a conversation
That's
with
how you
someone?
fail in life. I actually realized, and I was telling. No, sometimes
Guys, we're selling a course.
yeah, we're selling a book. No, niggas selling courses is cheap, nigga. We're selling a book. Change your life right now.
Go get it.
Go get it on
Some long-ass title. The title keeps on going.
www.tap.com, nigga.
It just
Check
goes
that shit out.
You know, because it just keeps on going. You know, it'll write a big headline and it says, life. The aspects that can make you succeed in the budget. It's like colon.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about releasing a book one day, nigga.
Now you should, bro.
Being a nigga, those scholar niggas, yeah.
Edited by ChatGPT.
Yeah, actually, bro, yeah, man. That thing, but yeah, I don't think it can take that many characters, depending on how big your book is. But I'm gonna start writing a plan for it first. That's what I'm gonna start.
Do you know? Actually, I think, guys, we need to get into troll behavior. You understand?
What do you mean troll behavior?
So if I say I'm gonna go write a book with ChatGPT, maybe I should go write a book with ChatGPT.
Why not?
And then after that,
and then put your glasses when you go there, and I'll interview you nicely for your outputs and
your book, and be like, so I wrote this book.
And
because you know what I realized, right?
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize, you know what 2025 the theme is?
Yeah.
Everyone's a fucking fraud.
Yeah.
You can even see now Elon, fraud. Everyone is Kanye West, fraud. Everyone is starting to get exposed like,
you know who are the biggest frauds, bro? I've noticed. You know, niggas in leadership roles at the office sometimes are frauds.
But wait, wouldn't you think
Some
about
old
it?
heads.
Wait. This is what usually happens, right? In the office, gym. You know when you don't take your job serious?
They tend to be the ones.
Then after that they're like, sorry, there's a skit by it's Black Rich or something.
Yeah.
Where this guy works a minimum wage. I'm gonna get back to what you say.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care for the job. And he comes in, he's like, yo, it's fine. I'm gonna quit anyway and leave this job. I don't even like it anyway. He's like, no, I don't accept your resignation. You know what I'm gonna do? You one better. I'm gonna promote you to manager, and then we'll see how you people really like you. When you're like, no, you can't do this to me. Then after that, he walks out the office. Man, did you tell it to him? Now you can't even tell the nigga they gave you a promotion, right? It starts like that. You at the job, you don't take serious. They're like, you know what? By the way, the studies actually show that people who are like that tend to do better at the job because they take it more seriously.
When they're about to get fired.
A person who is a person who just genuinely does their job and they don't expect that they will be promoted does better in a promotional thing, like you were saying. It's actually shout out to Cold Fusion, made a video on it. That when now you're aiming to get a promotion, you work hard, get the promotion, and then you become incompetent. Let's use the word. The leadership guys become incompetent.
Yes,
the work gets so much, but now because you're like, I've made this goal of mine.
Yeah. Now I don't have to even.
Now they don't. You don't want to admit because you're like, I'm the director now. I don't need to do any of this, but you need to know more.
Yeah.
Then you take a nigga not taking his stuff serious. They promote him, and he's like, oh my god, what will these niggas see? So he does the job.
I feel like that's my whole life existence. I
you
feel like
do it
when someone
better. Like the more
when
you're like,
someone gives you like something you really don't, you're not well
you're
equipped
like,
to do it.
like,
But you
then
like,
you
know,
then so that leadership guys. To be honest, I always often think to myself, okay, I'm the CEO. How in the hell you like having to take every factor in when you're making a decision, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, the market's been like since 2023, you know. Hey, CEOs were failing, Starbucks, they just everyone's just sucking up everything. Because everything is so hard. Like being
especially a CEO now with the growth of technology, actually, I feel like I'm scared to say to at work, and where I'm saying, I don't think a lot of these businesses are ready for the confusion that they're going to become.
No, they're not already. They're struggling. And the thing is, even the people...
What they're doing is they're throwing AIs, a lot of AI buzzwords. Like even Apple is doing it.
Apple failed.
Marcus Brownlee made a very good video on that.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Where they actually just did it.
He shows it just to do it because it's obviously
and they're not known for that.
But the thing is that it's because it's the new conversation, dog.
But it sucked, dude. Imagine releasing a phone, bro. Listen, dog. They dropped the phone 16. Nothing different besides a camera button and that whole AI, Apple Intelligence. Drop the phone without that shit.
It doesn't even...
Till this day. Still in beta.
But that's what I'm saying, because the problem is people are scared. How? Because in reality, that system of AI replaces a lot of things that maybe your nigga might not say, I need a strong ass phone. He might not even have to...
Let me say this. I was telling my wife this one thing, right? I don't think, I even told you, I don't think AI matters to day-to-day people. Like they try heavily to market.
No, it doesn't.
I don't even think
really
my mom,
doesn't.
I've never heard my mom say
I don't
AI.
know. Personally, if I was in at work, I don't see how that thing would have benefited
So
me.
I realized that one thing that I realized heavily is that firstly, Siri success. Okay, Google sucked. No one uses these apps. Even that Apple Intelligent things, no one uses it like that. A normal day-to-day person doesn't care. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now you're forced to care about something you're not usually using. You understand what I'm saying? Then you go into the professional world. That's why you get Microsoft now starting to realize, enterprises. Also OpenAI, you start realizing enterprises are the customers of AI. Right? We're the customers. We want optimization. We want to deliver to you to the fastest possible to the end user, which is the customer. We want to deliver to you as fast as possible. You don't care how we do it. You don't know how they assemble this car. You don't care. You just want it there as fast as possible, efficient and great. That's what AI has done. Also robotics or any of these things that have always been in the background. Always. Let me say this. For example, many of them have been using machine learning, doing it in the background. Right?
Yeah.
But now, I even told you the other time of gaming. Like, guys, stop selling the technology, trying to convince me. Oh, do you see that retracement right there? It's like, bro, can I play? The phone of like, oh yeah, man, privacy. Nigga out here posting everything, introducing his grandma, everything.
Signing up to
everything. And then now you're telling us this is why I should pay for your phone, or why should this? And it's like so annoying. This AI hype, bro.
Yeah, man. But we have to move on to what do we even call this thing? What was it again? I remember us having a name for it.
Welcome to
opinions that no one cares about.
X.
Yes, no one. No, man. It's called the opinions that no one cares about. So, Alexandra says, "Ladies in the office, you're putting on weight. Me, I'm catching up to you. Now suddenly I'm the villain, and how dare I say that? Shit." Let's deep about that.
You know what I'm
getting? You gotta read it away. Lady in the office, you're putting on weight. Me, I'm catching up to you, and now I'm suddenly a villain. Fun, I don't think that's one thing You know what? I remember. Let me tell you. I know the wife. I was at the shop, and these ladies asked, "How old do you think we are?" Right? And I was like, "Damn, my guy. I know. There's a number, and that number is high. But what I gotta do is go chop that number by 10." And I was like, "Yeah. You guys look like over 30." Obviously, I knew, like, nigga, bro, I was about to say 40 or something. I'm like, put that nigga 40.
They were just fishing for compliments.
No. But I don't. But yeah, maybe. Yeah, they were fishing for compliments. Now when you said it, I think you're fishing. I think with women, why I'm starting to realize, and this is why, like, I won't lie to you. Like, there's a part of me that some niggas who know me. I'm a notorious fat shamer sometimes, but a lot of it. I
think it's easier to shame men.
But it's for niggas. That's my problem. But I know that when I say it attacks the women. When you say some, and it hurts them the most. It hurts them the most.
You know why?
The nigga, first of all, I ain't gonna lie. I don't feel. I'm gonna say it now live on this. I won't lie. When you're a nigga, sometimes I'm just like, yo, man. You gotta have more motivation not to be overweight.
No, the thing is, guys, your whole friendship.
If you're a big girl,
your whole friendship, like a male relationship. Like, have you ever had an incident where a girl sees you with a couple of your homies, and all y'all do with you guys homies, y'all just chat trash. Y'all just sound like y'all hate each other. And it's like, to you guys, literally like, yo, I love that nigga. That's my fucking nigga. That's how it is with guys. Guys will always just...
You don't even know what these things are.
It's like, you'll just be telling you, like, man, look at you, man, looking all fat. It's like, oh, I think you heard he's feeling. No, I love that nigga, man. That's why I say. And it's true.
But the thing is, that's not nice when you hurt your homie's feelings, and then now
I've never heard a nigga be offended to tell him, no. Why
there's one nigga that there was a nigga like
you got offended.
I'm not gonna drop. No, not about being fat, but like he was a bit sensitive, Like he would do things that if you do something like niggas. If you do something to a nigga, there won't be that mentality like a chick. You do something to a chick and you're unaware that you did something to a chick because the chick is just avoiding you and doesn't want to even just address the point of view like, you know what, fuck this guy, I'm out of the way. And niggas, they don't do that. Niggas tend to either come to you, start beefing and say, bruh, why are you saying that? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, it's like immediate.
It's immediate.
Yeah, it's immediate. And then it's sorted.
Yeah, because sometimes you find...
Yeah, some niggas
these days, I can tell you there's many niggas that you don't know, even let's say you're in a workplace, you don't even know that this woman is no longer talking to you. You're unaware that this person, if you had to open your mouth, I thought right now you're not nagging it because when you don't know somebody's...
You're not there.
Yeah, then one day when you greet the person, now they're bombing you. You're like, bruh, she's been talking cock about you for 3 months. Then you're like, what?
I don't know. I think that's what makes us humans.
Some niggas are hella sensitive.
Go to the next tweet.
Yeah, they go to the next tweet, bro. But I think, you see, we were chatting too much. Now, niggas care. Yeah, at least they can hear some. Now, when you're talking, I'm finding some of these teeth are long, man. All right. Someone defecated in one of the gym showers. Absolutely uncouth. I don't even know what uncouth means. Absolutely uncouth. People who still shower barefoot in the showers are brave. First of all, my guy, I think people, regardless of shoes or no shoes, someone washing in the shower, I don't think... did we tell the story of those niggas
my wife dies.
But did we tell them on the pod the Zambians?
You see, that's a funny incident.
Bro, the fact is, you're gonna have to bleep.
No, don't tell this story. No, man, this is disgusting. Just move on to the next one, bro. I don't even wanna.
You don't even want to address this guy.
It's just disgusting. What the hell's wrong with you? You just sit there and crouch. As a grown ass man, and you walk out.
Okay. All right. Could I say I could say be vigilant, but the way they got me insane. I parked, I got out, locked the door, went back to check if they were locked from the passenger side. They were. Walked to the doctor. They wrote my name down immediately as I walked in. I walked back up, and it's gone. When we checked the security footages, the guy who was following me to the doctor's office cloned my key somehow and then opened for another guy who came out of the car. Yes. that was just behind us and parked right in front of us. He then went into the driver's seat and drove off. I don't know if you understood what was.
No, I know this one.
That's deep and fun. They
it's crazy these days, man.
And I think that issue.
And I do the 360 now. I don't want to give it away. Fine now. But yeah, you should always when you're going into. But it looks like in this, you check all your doors.
But in this case, you don't know what the person is driving. I don't think anyone is trying to hijack your car. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not saying like I don't think anybody. Like sometimes, nigga, let's be honest. The other day I was driving with the wife. I said, we were driving in a DG.
What if the nigga wants to start an Uber?
Still, man. It's not worth the risk because they know these things have trackers. I mean, I remember I was with the wife and we were driving in a dingy spot and there was a BMW in front of me, and I said, at least I feel more safe. You know why? Let's be honest. If they're hijacking niggas, they're gonna hijack that nigga.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna risk a tracker? Because remember, sometimes they have a limited amount of time to strip the car and then if they can't find it, they just leave
the
it.
Craziest ones.
Why would someone risk their criminal? Those when you know stupid niggas.
They steal the lights for the Polo TSIs and the GTIs. Like, no, like dead ass. That shit is
I remember,
it's moochies. Like, I'm like, nigga took out a whole light with his fucking bare hands, dog. On CCTV footage.
No, but crime in South Africa is becoming too organized.
Of course, man. Some niggas who are smart, they didn't decide to go get degrees and slave away at a company. Because it don't mean that
Thank God that's why it's because in education.
That's why organized crime is different from crime, though.
But don't you think it'd be another level of criminal who let's say, you've been 40 years learning the game of the industries and all of that. Actually, what I'm just
plead the fifth.
Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm describing now is genuinely how corruption in the private sector operates. There are individuals that allegedly, they're eventual. If you still want to, allegedly, you can watch that Steve Steen. What is that guy's name?
Anything that we say does not constitute as fact is just an opinion.
I'm trying to say that there are individuals that eventually acquire so much knowledge about a good system and then finds a way
to exploit the system.
And then they are not called criminals. They are called what? Con artists.
No. They are called billionaires.
Yes, they are called billionaires. I think that was a good one. I messed up my monologue. But yeah, man, I feel like in most cases, if you had to be a criminal in that way, you have to
sometimes
be a smart
you know
criminal.
what, isn't it your biggest fear that one day you'll just be like walking in the street, or you notice a pattern of something and then you notice and see something that you shouldn't see, and now you're implicated, and now they like got you by the balls and then they make you do anything, and now you find yourself in this whole
that is a plot to a West movie. The West case scenario. The one thing I never want to experience is a nigga killing another nigga. Because definitely, nigga, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So like a squeaky. Now you see
man, can I be violent with you now? I'm gonna say it now. Me, I am a normal citizen. You commit crime, I am going to snitch on your ass.
No, I'm talking.
No. Let's say let's say you see a guy Babaza guy.
Which in the movie, no, wait.
He sees you.
Yeah, he sees you.
Get to the cops.
No, you're running, right? It's like, yo, man, what's up, man? Come on, man. And he's like, nah, relax, man, chill. But you're scared. Fingerprints on the gun.
I'm going to the police station holding it, sir. This was the meta.
Okay, I have a thing.
This was the meta piece.
But you know what sucks, bro? What I'm talking about, when was it? It was a Mr. Robot plot, right?
Yeah.
There was a detective. Spoiler alerts. The detective, the redhead, right? Was looking, searching for this organized.
Yeah, I think I
and then she found that the FBI agent was corrupt, her head.
Yeah.
Do you know what they did?
Yeah.
They followed her. They babazed that guy right in front of her. And they said, you see now, you found out. Take his place. She thought she
I
was.
remember.
She thought she was
I
the shit.
remember she was.
Boy, they
she
bummed the
thought-
whole family for
Crazy.
Christmas. That's
Yo,
what I
that's
mean.
Crazy. They
That's what I
basically
mean.
said. You know what was the most gangster thing? You know in those TV series when this detective. You know,
Yeah.
I won't lie to you, man. I'm
do-
not a supporter of crime, but they find a way to make those
And you're like,
guys.
bro.
You know when they kill them, you're like, oh, thank God. I guess this nigga was gonna snitch on my nigga.
Yeah, why are we always
Time is a law-abiding citizen. Trying to do the right thing for justice, man. But yo, guys, I think
No, wait, we don't have another tweet.
no, man. Well, we've been cooking for so long, man. No, guys. Yo, man, this has been Third Avenue, man.
Peace, man.
Peace, man.